Hey, how's it going? Okay, so I haven't been around for a little while because I've been going crazy with crazy sauce. And evidently, I'm not the only one. Having talked to some people I know personally, they've also been experiencing some. For me, it was emotional instability in a way, and just also just like a barrage of feelings, visions, realizations. And then also, as this is going on, I'm over here like kind of making a mess for myself when there's no need, except that I have had a certain pattern that I keep thinking that I had like I'm done with it, and then it happens again, and I'm like, what the hell? So finally, real recently, I decided to actually do a thing that I've always known to do and just didn't do in this repetitive pattern. And it's not a huge thing, or maybe it is, because I finally just did something, and it's a situation where I can see it doing something different than it did in the past because I did something different. But the situation is as yet unresolved, so I don't know. And that's okay, because it could go right or left, but either way, it has been not just a lesson, but many. And it's made me aware of something that I'm going to talk about, but like how powerful we are, and like, man, it's like taking me like recognition and confidence, and also like abandon to be able to kind of use everything that I've learned, or like have it become something that I can actually start using in my life to my benefit. So there is, I believe, this evening a ring of fire eclipse. And so that and a bunch of other stuff that's happening in the upper atmosphere, let's just say that, coming from that direction, has been happening, that like electromagnetically, and because of moon and eclipse stuff, there's like tidal things happening. And I am not a scientist, God knows what else, but I'm over here thinking I'm like cracking up, and I'm not really talking to too many people like on purpose. Why I have not been on here, because I just didn't trust myself. I don't know how I was going to be, so I just didn't, to be safe. And not that it's just totally safe now, but the thing I was talking about before like changed my whole sensibility about things, because I was in this place where I would normally be of, oh man, this isn't working right, or like feeling sad. And I was wait a minute, you can stop doing that now. Finally, you did a thing, you did a good thing, you made a change. That's big. So I've just been adjusting. What do you call? Yes, course correcting, but fine tuning. So I have some takeaways that I looked up about the Ring of Fire eclipse, and here they are. The Ring of Fire solar eclipse is seen as a potent symbol of transformation and new beginnings. Many cultures associate this eclipse with spiritual awakenings and heightened intuition. You may have heard, if you watch the spiritual metaphysical videos, that mass awakenings are happening, but they were supposed to be like a major one. And that reminds me, I just got a sidetrack for a second here, but I've been seeing so many videos talking about this eclipse, the last full moon, this full moon, and like just the succession of them has been like kind of like boom, boom, boom. You can barely, you know, I can't even say recover from the last one. Like you can barely sort of assimilate whatever just happened before something else is happening. And then, like I said, all this stuff coming in from above, like solar stuff and electromagnetic things, and it's all like, if you know about it, it's a lot, and you'll be experiencing things like fatigue and that emotional instability, and you don't even know why if you're not like up to date on this, all of this various stuff, because some of it's science, some of it's not, and it's a lot. It's been a lot. So I imagine if it's this powerful, and mass awakenings are sort of like, if there's a whole hatchery of eggs, they're just on the verge, you know, and the eggs happen to contain awakenings. I think that's what might be about to happen. So that could be also an unstable situation to begin your like awakening in the middle of what's happening right now. It's like a clash of realities, truly, but you find your way through. So back to the takeaways. The event offers a unique opportunity for introspection and setting intentions. So again, with the videos I've been seeing, don't miss this time, do it now. But then of course you got to look in the video to see what the hyperbolic title is talking about. But generally they were talking about this being a time, and the time being because of the eclipse thing and other stuff that's already in motion. But we'll just stick to this. It's like a big deal. It's powerful. I mean, we have another moon, okay? And there's a comet happening nearby or soon, or like, that's a lot. That's a lot for us little people down here to handle. And we don't even know the effects that these things are having on us for the most part. We don't even conceive of it because we've been conditioned and not taught about it with deliberation. Okay, I don't want to get up on the spiritual soapbox. So, yeah, I mean, mass awakenings, woohoo, could be crazy. But what they've been also talking about is the thing not to miss in this time is that it is the period for you to like really consider things in your life, like I did. Like I said, I start feeling this stuff, so it happened like a little bit before the eclipse here, but I needed to clean up an area of my life, and I'd been neglecting it for so long. Well, not even neglecting it, just like couldn't figure out how to fix that. But even like I knew, and I was just like, don't do the obvious thing. You have this lesson a million more times until you really feel terrible. And that's how I was feeling, like, oh my God, I'm doing it again now. This is a different situation than everything before. So I'm glad that I did that. And like I said, it's as of yet unresolved, because I feel like because the situation is repetitive, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. Like, it could work. Like, it has many amazing potentials. And so I'm on a standby situation, but also like I have to just be like, whatever, let it go, and sort of get that like into my program, because it may not happen the way I want. Like, pretty much you don't get things that you want the way you want them necessarily. So back to the list. Do the things now. Like, if you've been putting off something and it's been like, I'm not ready or I can't do it, you're not doing it anyway. What the hell? Take the leap. Just have faith. Like, have you been like getting ready to do it for so long and just been telling yourself out of fear, I can't do it, I'm not ready? Sometimes, you think birds wait for like their chicks to be all, I got my flying certificate. They're like, no, you got the muscles, you ate the food, you see me in action, get the hell out. They push them out of the nest. Sometimes we have to do that to ourselves. And so now's the time, because is likely to be successful what you're trying to do. So now's the time. Get in there, champ. Okay. Ancient civilizations viewed the Ring of Fire as a sacred omen or message from the divine. All I can say is, in the days leading up to today, like other card readings that I had, like just for myself that I was doing, or ones that I had from like prior ones that I was picking up, and just how you put them back and you reshuffle the deck before you put the things away. Man, I got so many Ring of Fire like images and shows, or Ring of Fire in like some, just everywhere. And it's like, it must have been, I feel like, what was pushing me to do the thing, because you need to do the thing. You've always needed to do the thing, and you know what the thing is. Do the thing, do it. And that's what it's felt like. And so, I got more on that. So, okay, back to the takeaways. I feel like that was my message, and I feel like it was the message for, like, everyone, too. Like, I just got mine for me on a personal level, but like I was saying, now's the time. The time is now. Modern spiritual practices often incorporate eclipse energy for personal growth and healing. What I just said, you do your thing. So I have some notes. I'm just going to read through them real quick. Can't find acceptance. Well, it turned into something else. In a world that more than ever would like to offer a hand instead of pulling yourself up on your own. Oh, sorry, that intonation came out all wrong. Can't you find acceptance? In a world that more than ever would like to offer a hand instead of pulling yourself up all on your own? The thing that's expected from those of us, for reasons, who find themselves in conditions that are harder than those of they who'd utter the phrase, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Throw away backhanded, dismissive, insincere, condescending remark. At least that's what it feels like. Need I elaborate? No, okay, yeah, I don't need to elaborate on the scorn. Nobody likes that. So, I'm not speaking to only one, or to any one in particular. It's a general announcement. There are a lot of us around who feel deep dissatisfaction in their lives. I've been there, can relate. I am so glad to report that I suffer less and less in the condition after learning many healthy coping mechanisms. Finally learning the lesson, finally learning to lessen my emotional excititude. I mean, because it's just uncomfortable, man. Just feeling crazy all the time is uncomfortable. The Ring of Fire eclipse is this evening, and while I have been uprooting my personal life, it's upon reflection just the way it feels, but it's necessary. I finally did something decisive in a repetitive cycle that breaks my pattern. What do you know? I learned something that made me do something. Results still to be determined regarding the repetitive cycle. I'm energetically reassembling it to my satisfaction first, and then, if all goes well, success. If not, well, lessons learned. And I pretty much talked about all of that. I thought there was something in there that needed to be said. Maybe there was. Okay, so I pulled some cards, and I pulled the first of them are from the. I don't need to do that. The messages of cosmic oracle cards. So, first one is clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. It's maybe not that easy. Like I said, this thing that I did that I knew needed to be done, I just couldn't get the how of it down. It takes determination. I mean, it went on for so long because I didn't do anything at all. Like, it just kept letting it happen. And that is another of the lessons that I learned. Like, you don't have to keep letting stuff happen. You can just stop. You can make it stop. And I finally did. So that was a cluttering up my life. That was an impedance. Oh my God, like, to so many things. Letting stuff happen to you is not good. So, like, growing a sack and like taking up for yourself finally, it's a good thing to do. And I feel like that can fall under the category of clearing the stuff that doesn't serve you out of your life. Next card was check in with your body and release any tension you're carrying. So this reminds me of my last I don't think I made a video about that, did I? Oh yeah, I did, I think, about the building. Well, anyway, the part of the feeling crazy is just feelings of, they might not even be your own. I feel like we're all in like an emotional hurricane, tornado, whatever you call the spin that sucks everybody in and spits them back out. I feel like that's kind of what we're all kind of feeling, because it's less an outer thing, even though that is happening right now. It's hurricane season. But it's more of what's going on inside of us, like the can't you be happy? I was thinking of people that things are not going the way they want, and instead of surrendering to like letting someone else help and letting someone else help you understand why what's happening is happening, resisting that help and then turning instead to what you know, the devil you know, where you bedevil other people. And you know what, just name the group, because there's somebody, a slice of yuck out there for everyone. And it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, there are people that want to help. There are people that don't want unhappy people they want them to be happy. We want to like give you what you need. Some of us are still in that place where what they need to do is that repetitive lesson over and over until whatever drops that penny for them. And like I said, it's taken me a long time. Please get smarter faster than I did. Save yourself a lot of energy. But anyway, what I've been finding that works for me is dropping everything when I start to feel stressed out and tense. When I start to feel like everything is suddenly spinning out of control and I'm so small I can't affect it at all. And it's just you sitting there feeling stuff. But it feels, oh come on, shoulder, it feels it feels massive. I'm screaming, that's pain. Okay, I'll just do it with the wrong hand. I'm not left-handed, so it's awkward. I used to be ambidextrous before the brain tumors, and now it's like, forget about it. That's messed me up so bad. Whoa, don't fly away. Next card I pulled was, I guess in line with the previous conversation, someone is in need of your love. offer it to them. You know, when there's, I'm still talking about the previous people, like still fill in the blank of whoever fits that description for you. But I'm reminded of like that overtired child and that kind of anger they get when they are so tired they can't even, like, they just can't make sense. You can see they're about to fall over. They can't keep their eyes open, but they're fighting and they're mad at you. And all you can do is pick them up if you can, if they let you. But, you know, do a hug or get the hold of their hand, something. And, you know, start, like, loving on them, because eventually that's what works. And that's that state of mind with the child that does not want to take the nap or go to bed or whatever. I feel like there's a lot of us that wander around in our adult selves in situations that we should have just left alone and not even gone there with, you know, but we're tired, we're not making sense. Also, there's like a lot of stuff happening, and I feel like the person I'm describing, especially the tired child part, is one of those of us that has no idea what the heck is going on, but also they've been living this life where you're like sacrificing your happiness for this other thing, and then like you could be happy. Don't you want it? Is that not what you want? You just want to spend time in that unhappy space. So just a scenario, but you know what I'm saying? There's ways to, like, if you're inclined to, and I am, I don't want to see, like I said, anyone unhappy. If I can just give somebody a little bit of love and it's going to help, I feel like that's what you should do. Ow. Oh, okay. I guess that didn't hurt. Okay, the next card is be authentic, because anything else is just exhausting. So this is something that I'm definitely wanting in everything. Like I know I'm not 100% honest and authentic, which is not to say I'm all dishonest in doing things, but it could just be even not being authentic and honest with yourself. And I guess it starts there in order to be it out and amongst other people, and then to expect them as well to be that. Don't expect it. Just do your thing. Show them how it's done. It's not your job. It's not our job. You know, that's just my feeling about it. However, dealing with people that are not completely honest with you, that hold things back, that tell you things that don't add up, that are just like, they just have you going, look, you know what? You are not telling me truth. If you don't do it soon, I will not be here for you to be talking to. And again, apply that to any situation that kind of fits that little slot for you. But I mean, I think we have seen in the world what not being and not acting with authenticity leads to bad things. Next card I pulled was, give yourself some credit for doing a good job at this whole living thing. And that goes to, for me, back to what I was saying about like realizing, oh wait, I don't have to feel bad. This is not one of those situations. Like it's like I've noticed other people doing this. It's like we're missing the chance to take the win. Like we're like so used to complaining and finding something wrong that we're sort of missing that, wait, stuff that we did want is happening. Like it's not all about us individually. Like we can't always just have what we want the way we want it, because you know what, there's other people that also want stuff, and that's very simple. but that is the root of it, and that is also the bloom of it. Like soil to sun, that's kind of how it is. So try to like take the win. Try to like, I mean, I don't know. I don't like to be all like, do this. But may I suggest that you can find unexpected happiness because you were kind of holding yourself away from it. So definitely give yourself a pat on the back. And then the last one of these is look around for some signs the universe is speaking to you. You know what I'll tell you about the universe speaking to me? So while I've been feeling crazy and at times like sad, sometimes not my sadness, but still like made you feel bad anyway, like sad, and then sometimes my own thing, and that is kind of a little worse. But what's been happening every time, if it's not my cat coming up to comfort me, I have a friend that I've known since I was a little child from music, and they just, every time I'm like feeling bad, ding, there they are. And it's like, it's that soul tribe thing. It's that quantum connection thing. And I hadn't brought it up until just a few minutes ago because I was feeling so nutball I didn't even want to talk to them. But then when I talk to them, I find out they've been feeling the same way. And they're just like, okay, well, I didn't know that was happening, but cool. So, we turn up for each other. And the other thing is that the other situation that I have, the personal thing, is that it's deep. There's definitely stuff going on there. And I've talked about it a little. I don't want to like do it too much, but things need to be not much. Like, you don't know the background, but I feel like considering, I'm not asking them for anything at all unreasonable. So, I said what I had to say for, like, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I'm not going to keep doing the thing that I already told you a million times. I don't want to be doing that. So, I thought, either I'm going to hear back or not, If I hear back good or bad, great. I would rather hear back than nothing at all. So, fingers crossed. But while I was sitting there going, of course, should I have done that? Should I have said that? I didn't have so much of that. Because like I said, I wasn't even at the point where I was realizing that I had empowered myself at that point. So I was just kind of in that space of considering those things, and all of these flying insects kept like flying up. Like, I was sitting in my doorway of my deck, so I wasn't outside but right on the edge, and they were flying in from outside and like coming in and like landing on me, and it went on for like an hour, like over an hour. So I looked it up, and it said like 5 things, but it was like, winter is ending. It's a sign of winter ending when you get a bunch of ladybugs around you. They were ladybugs. And I was like, okay, well, I've lived here for like 30 years, and I've definitely sat in this same spot, or actually outside at this time of year, and I have never seen that. I have never seen masses of ladybugs because it's about to turn into winter. Okay, so then the next one was like, they are a sign of fertility in the spring. Okay, it's like fall, so no. And then the third thing, pre-highlighted, I did not do it. I did not touch it. I'm telling you, I was like, this has to be a sign. It said true love. It said some other stuff about true love. And I was like, oh, okay, like, this is odd, but it's synchronizing with a lot of the things. So, and I felt like stay positive, like you don't know what the message is. And here's where this kind of goes into this energy thing that I've been trying to control, like my vibration. And by control, I mean like work it like to my advantage and not just crazy spray with it like I have my whole life, because I didn't even know I was doing it, or didn't know I had it or had the ability. Late in the game, I finally caught on. So, yeah. I'm like I said, I'm learning how to use it, like with some ability, with some deliberation. So, but it doesn't just involve me. So I have to like wait and see, like, but that okay. So that's the other thing. I don't want to obsess on it and make my energy repel a situation that I don't want to repel, and that often involves surrender in the form of forgetting all about it, do something else, think about something else, and that has been very hard. My usual diversions from like racing thoughts, because that's what it's turned into, they haven't been working, and so that's like a little destabilizing and a little disturbing. But I do have a pretty good idea of why these things are happening, what's going on, so it's okay. All right, so I pulled also 3 cards from the Shaman's Dream Oracle, and the number 23 card I got is Fortune's Wheel, Luck and Right Timing. This came back, so I guess it really wanted to be here. I feel like it is saying, reiterating, now is the time, like, because right timing and luck, that's like, here it is, it appears, jump on it before it's gone. Sorry. But that is what I'm getting from there. Notice the round shape with the light coming around from the edges. This is not a ring of fire at all. And then the next card I pulled was number 5 card, Closing Door, and the subtitle is Completion. And I mean, now's the time. You start something new, you have to end something else. And I don't know if I have an ending in what I was just talking about yet, but I might. But that would just be another beginning. Like, that is just gonna be a next stage, another stage. And so I don't know what's on the other side personally, and that's a part of this. It's like for us to create and form. That is part of what the encouragement is. I was gonna say push. It is a little pushy with the videos. It's like, okay, it's gonna happen. Like so many red and exclamation points. It's like, all right, you don't be scaring me with it. Come on. So anyway, the last card I pulled was the number 34 card, Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. And so, I mean, there you go. Look at the picture. I'm going to talk about the ancestral wisdom because one of the calming devices that I found is the mudras, the hand yoga. And I have been employing certain ones. I need to learn more. But that's okay. It's coming to me. Like, I'm getting videos. I'm not looking them up. They're just coming because I looked at one. But they're not coming like... I don't know. The algorithm is weird. It's like the algorithm's all... I got your vibe. I'll send you what you need when you need it. And it has been. Which is a sign, and that's freaking weird. But anyway. So, the ancestral wisdom and the mudras. this has been like 2 years ago now. I started doing a mudra when I was like kind of upset emotionally, which obviously it happens a lot. And this is it. Like, it's, you can see the last 3 fingers on both hands are in the praying steeple position, but in front of that is this, right? The thumb and the forefinger linked. So I just started doing this, and I asked my friend, because they're kind of into this, not this particular thing, but they're into the spirituality stuff too, and I said, have you ever seen this mudra before? And they're not, that's not their thing, so I guess. And so they're like, no, and I was like, okay, and then I let it drop, and then I saw the mudra on something and learned about it, that it is for calming, and I was like, how the heck did I know how to do that? So just a couple of months ago, so this is now over a year later, I see the conversation come up again where people are talking in the comment section and then in other videos about spontaneously doing mudras. And one of the things I learned is that they're not confined to like Buddhism and Hinduism in India. Lots of other areas use mudras. In fact, in like pictures of holy icons like Christ and saints, they're often doing, what's that one? They're always doing this thing. Or one, then that's a mudra. So, and then Jesus studied in like India, and but what was said that made me feel like better and like intrigued and mind blown was that the reason why people will start doing these mudras spontaneously is because it's a remnant of a former life, like something you'd learned and did all the time in a former life, so that you know when you're freaking out and you need to calm the F down to do this gesture. I love that. How can you not love that? So, and then I've had that experience with other things like making like herbal concoctions and essential oils, and I won't like know the recipe or know what I'm doing. I'll just do it, and then like the recipe or the way to do it will come on, and I'll be like, how did I know that? I'm gonna quit asking that question, because I think the way I know things is because I knew them another time. I know them. That is not just happening to me. I didn't see it that way for a long time. I didn't understand. Like, I have to like do like a retrospective of my life, and I have been like slowly and see like what was happening that I now know is unusual, and also unusual for other people. Like, I don't have the thing of like seeing apparitions or like, you know, knowing I was a ship captain or a pilot in another life, but I get mudras, I get like shamanic practices, which, I mean, I want to learn more about them because I seem to have an affinity for them. When I do find out something, I find out something that I've been doing, and it's like, I love it. All right. So, now's the time. The time is now. Get out there, achieve that dream, or, you know, make a try, because now is like, you very well could be successful. And notice the signs, you know, like if you've been keeping track of stuff, you're gonna see. I can't think that this is not gonna be the case for other people as well. You're gonna see, like, I can do this and this will work for me. And I've had other things just sort of falling into place, and things that I've asked for and things that I wanted. And so, I don't mean material items necessarily, but ways that I needed things to happen have been working out. And it's like, the key has been staying positive and not being obsessive, and not, you know, if I find myself falling into that negative fear column, then I say, okay, I'm here. This is the feeling. All right, I'm done. And I go out of it. Like, whatever. Like, I'm just doing everything, whatever it takes. we may need to do that, is why I'm suggesting it. Anyway, thank you and good night. Oh, geez, I didn't say the signs. Hi, look at the signs. All right. Good night.